Hey, just an update. S- uh, yesterday I thought it'd be a good idea to make some coconut bread because I was like, I can't have wheat and stuff. I'm tired of just eating plants all day. I mean, coconut's a plant, but like salads and stuff. So, I got the eggs in the pan, put the flour in there and all that, and did all that. But I think like bending over and just carrying stuff around, moving around the kitchen like that aggravated my neck. So that's frustrating. Because anytime you lose progress, like if you steadily making progress, even if it's slow, it's something to hold on to emotionally. But and I feel like a little more wobbly today and a little more unstable, like more difficult to walk, stand, etc. So that's frustrating. But even though it felt fine yesterday, it just, I guess it's just, I can't trust it. Like it really just felt fine, and I was careful, but it just didn't. I guess it didn't matter. And it's hard because I sit here. I maintain discipline like all day long and don't do anything except what I did the day before. Because I don't want to do any more and make it worse. Or if I do more, I just do like a little bit more. Like I'll walk a little bit further. I'll do a little bit more cleaning around the house, and but just like it's just like exercise. Like if you're like doing a bench press, you maybe next one day you're doing 10 reps, the next day you might do 11. And so like it, me moving around the kitchen is equivalent to doing like 20 more reps or something. It's just like too much. Even though it felt okay at the time, it's like my neck's just like God damn, like I can't. I just can't hold my head up. And tinnitus is worse. When I walk, I can feel my skull bouncing up and down more. It's just like everything just feels more. And when I tilt my head to the left, it feels like I'm falling over. Like that feeling when you're falling and you're dizzy and you're just like when you're like if you're actually falling, you get a feeling like oh no, like I'm not oriented properly. I get that when I tilt my head to the left, but not when to the right. It's fine. It's just to the left. Um, and I think my C1 moves more. It moves. The problem is it moves when I tilt my head to the left. That's when I had my digital motion X-ray. And on top of that, the food that I ate was all carbs. I didn't add any sugar to it, so that it was about as healthy as you're gonna get for bread. But um, it was just it's carbs, right? So that converts the sugar in your body and spikes your blood sugar and all that. And then I started feeling like my I started getting cotton mouth overnight. Like my tongue is really dry, and that's a symptom of candida overgrowth. And like it was really really dry. Like I had to get up and go get water several times just because of my mouth. Not because I was thirsty. It was just my mouth was just crust. It was just dry as shit. And then and my hands started hurting. Like when I try to stretch my hand out like that, I could feel like all like this skin feel like it's tearing and burning, and that happens when I have uh, fungal overgrowth. And so it's just like and some joints were hurting. So I was like, shit. Like I guess they feed off that stuff. So I really need to double down on the caprylic acid and the black Spanish radish, black Spanish radish. Yeah. Although I think regular radishes have it, but the pills are just like the concentrated stuff that kills the candida, as far as I know, kills fungus. So I'm gonna have to just keep really dose myself up on that. And I also found out that like because I was having burning in my stomach and all I was eating was like red meat because I was like, well, that's not bad. I'm eating red meat. I'm not eating bad stuff. And I was also eating like salads. But it was like half my diet's red meat, and I'm like, and my stomach's burning, and my food. It felt like my stomach wasn't digesting. And so when you eat red meat, like you have to produce more stomach acid to digest it, um, just to break it down. It's difficult to break down. And so I was like, well, I'm already having stomach problems. That's probably not a good idea. My stomach's been burning the last week, so I've been trying to eat less So I basically don't. I just eat plants now. Eat hemp protein, which is fine. I mean, I don't feel any weaker for it. It seems to be doing the job, and that's what's going on with that. And then and my stomach's been like, if I push on my stomach, like all around my stomach, it used to hurt so bad I'd be screaming out in pain. Like that was just last week. Like it was just burning so bad, but now it's not so bad. If I really push on it, I can feel some irritation, but it's a lot better. And standing at my computer, I seem to be able to do a little bit better. And overall, obviously, I was talking about a setback, but staying at my computer seems a little easier. Going to the bathroom and taking like I took a shower yesterday, and I didn't feel like normally I have to like lean up against the wall because I can't stand in the shower, because the shower is like hot water. I have to put hot water on my head, and then my muscles all loosen up because of hot water, and then I feel like a super bobblehead, and so you have to like lean up against the wall and like which feels good. Like when I lean up against the shower wall, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm fine. I just feel normal. And then as soon as I step off again, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Like, and but yeah, it seems it wasn't as big a deal to take a shower yesterday. And obviously, I felt better and I overdid it, and here I am again. And it's hard because, I just sit here looking at that 23 hours a day, and because I can't look at screens that much. Bothers me, and so yeah. Uh, Tongue's still dry. Gonna keep taking those pills, caprylic acid and black Spanish root radish, and hope that clears up the fungal infection. And I also have some probiotics to help. And otherwise, I'm just gonna try to take care of my stomach, make sure that feels good. Because when my stomach feels good, it seems like all the joint problems slow down and stop. So like my shoulders hurt worse today, my ribs hurt worse today, like everything. Because I guess when you have when you have stomach issues, then it allows problematic stuff to get into your bloodstream, like candida and gluten and stuff like that. And I think that's caused by the bacteria being destroyed in your stomach from antibiotics like Roundup and artificial sweeteners and stress. And stress does actually, in this case, seems to cause people's stomach issues. It's not just like, every doctor says stress for like every problem, but I think for stomach issues, people have real problems. Like, I mean, they're like, who hasn't been stressed and then had a stomach ache? Like, it definitely affects your stomach. Whereas like stress doesn't hurt my elbows, or like stop my, make my bicep hurt or something like that. It never does that. But stomach, yeah, I've seen a lot of people get hurt, and a lot of people develop autoimmune conditions that have to do with the stomach after stressful events in their lives and stuff like that. So that's a thing to try to avoid. My regenerative therapy appointment is in a few weeks for PICL, and then in July it would be the appointment for PICL. So hopefully that'll help. I don't know. I'm kind of like iffy on like whether that'll help, because I can't remember the last time I ever met someone who got like a significant difference in one treatment. But it's like, what else am I gonna do? It's that or fusion, because my top ligaments aren't doing what they're supposed to do, and they're damaged. So that's where I'm at. And just gotta get through another day of staring at the ceiling, I guess. It's hard because it's like people say they want to talk, and then they'll talk to you for like 5 minutes, and then they never want to talk to you again. So it's this very, very lonely existence, and very difficult, and it's extremely depressing. So just trying to, not think about it, and try to think about the things that I want to do, like if I get better. Not think about like how my life was before this, and I try to hold on to the positives, like the things that I have improved. I try to think about those, like I was able to sleep last night. Whereas like, a month ago, no matter which way I laid down, my heart would like be stopping, or um, I'd feel like I was falling or something like that. It didn't matter which way I laid down. And now it's like my left side's still sketchy, but my right side I can kind of lay on that, and then it's okay. So I tried to think about that, like that's an improvement, and just keep doing that, and that's something. I feel like I'm living on the edge of a cliff, and these things that I'm holding on to, these improvements are the ledges and the holds for my hands and my feet. And if I let go of them, then I just fall, and that's it. I'm done. So that's my life, living on the edge of a cliff. But on the outside, I look fine. I mean, obviously, like I look a little disheveled and all that, but like, if I get a shower and like brush my hair or something, like I look fine. But I feel like I'm on the edge of a cliff and I don't have a safety harness, and I'm expected to climb while being injured, and it's crazy. I'm like mixing metaphors here, um, but you get the idea. It's you gotta, if you try not to let your mind go to a dark place, um, and yeah, that's it. I'm just making this because I'm gonna forget all this stuff, and it's hard to keep track of like where was I last week and where am I now, and what has my condition changed. And it's also important for people to see like, I did this and made an improvement, or I did that and it set me back. So yeah.